Hey everyone, welcome to Jamyy English. I'm Jayz.
And I'm Amyy.
We are so happy you're here. Seriously, if you're listening to this right now, wherever you are in the world, thank you. Thank you for choosing us. We're going to have a lot of fun together.
Yes, a lot of fun. And a lot of English. Good English. Natural English.
That's right. So today is episode 1, the very first episode of Jamyy English. And we thought, okay, before we teach anything, before we talk about grammar or vocabulary or any of that, let's just talk. Let's get to know each other.
Because I think it's very important to know who is talking to you. When you learn from someone, you want to trust them. You want to feel comfortable. So today, we introduce ourselves.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Introducing yourself is actually one of the most important English skills you can have. Think about it. Every time you meet someone new, every job interview, every travel situation, it starts the same way. Hello, my name is, I'm from, nice to meet you.
So while we introduce ourselves to you today, you are also learning. You are hearing real English, real conversation. And at the end of the episode, we'll teach you the key phrases so you can introduce yourself too.
Perfect. So let's start with me. Amyy, can you interview me like a reporter?
Oh, I like this. Okay, I'm a reporter now. Jayz, my first question. What is your name?
Okay. My name is Jayz, Jayz. Now, that's a nickname. My real name, my full name is Jason Carter. But ever since I was a teenager, my friends started calling me Jayz. I don't even remember why exactly. I think it just sounded cool at the time.
And now it's stuck.
Now it's stuck forever. My mom still calls me Jason, though. Moms always use the full name.
That's very true. My mom does the same thing. Okay, next question. Jayz, where are you from?
I'm from the United States. I grew up in California. Specifically, I'm from a smaller city near San Diego in the southern part of California. It's close to the ocean, like very close. I could walk to the beach in about 10 minutes from my house growing up.
Oh, 10 minutes? That sounds like a dream.
It really was. You know, California has this reputation for being sunny and warm all the time, and honestly, it's kind of true. We had maybe 10 days of rain a year. Blue skies, warm weather, palm trees. Very different from, say, New York or Chicago, which can get very cold and snowy in winter.
I've seen pictures of California. It really does look like a movie.
It's funny you say that because a lot of movies and TV shows are filmed in California. Hollywood is in Los Angeles, which is in California. So in a way, if you've ever watched an American movie, you've probably already seen California.
Oh, that's interesting. I never thought about it that way. Okay, Jayz, tell me, what do you do? What is your job?
I'm a teacher, and I've been a teacher for about 9 years now. I started teaching English to high school students, and then I moved into adult education, teaching English to people who are learning it as a second language, and I really love it. There's something so rewarding about watching someone understand something for the first time. That moment when it clicks, you can see it in their eyes.
That's beautiful. What made you want to be a teacher?
Honestly, I had an amazing teacher when I was in middle school. Her name was Mrs. Patterson. She taught English, and she made every lesson feel like a story, like an adventure. I wanted to do that for other people one day, and here I am.
That's a great story. Okay, next question. How old are you, Jayz? Is that okay to ask?
Of course. I'm 33 years old, so I'm in my early 30s, and I feel pretty good about that. 33 is a good age, I think. Young enough to still be energetic, old enough to actually know things.
Yes, I agree with that.
What do you think, Amyy? Is it rude to ask someone their age in China?
It depends. Between friends, it's fine, but in a professional situation, maybe a little personal. In English-speaking countries, is it rude?
It can be. Especially asking a woman her age, that's considered a little rude in many situations. So if you're not sure, it's better to skip it. Or you can say, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you? That sounds more polite.
Good tip. Write that down, everyone. If you don't mind me asking. Very useful phrase.
Very useful. Okay, last question about me. Hobbies. What do I like to do?
Yes, tell us your hobbies.
Okay, so my number one hobby is hiking. I go hiking almost every single weekend. Living in California is great for that because we have incredible trails, mountains, forests, coastal paths. I really love being outside. I love fresh air. When I'm in nature, I feel completely relaxed. All my stress just disappears.
I can imagine. Nature is very powerful for that.
It really is. And my second hobby is guitar. I play acoustic guitar. Now, I have to be honest, I am not a professional. I'm not even close. But I've been playing for about 6 years, and I know enough to play songs I enjoy. I play for myself mostly, just to unwind in the evenings.
That sounds so relaxing. A guitar and some candles and a cup of...
Coffee. Always coffee. Yes. My third hobby, and maybe my biggest passion, is coffee. I am a coffee person. Not just, coffee from a machine. I mean real coffee. I grind my own beans. I have different brewing methods at home. I know the difference between a light roast and a dark roast. I have opinions about coffee.
He definitely has opinions. Very strong opinions.
Very strong. Just like my espresso. Ha! But seriously, good coffee in the morning is the start of a perfect day for me.
I completely understand that. Coffee is very important.
Okay, Amy, now it's your turn. My turn to be the reporter. Are you ready?
Ready. Let's go.
Okay. First question. Very simple. What is your name?
My name is Amyy, Amyy, with 2 Y's at the end. When I write my name, people always ask, why 2 Y's? And I say, because my parents wanted me to be unique. Amyy with 1 Y is a very common name. Amyy with 2 Y's, that's just me.
I love that. It is very unique. And do people sometimes misspell it?
All the time. Every time I sign up for something online or give my name at a coffee shop, they write Amyy with 1 Y. I always have to correct it. But honestly, I don't mind anymore. It's become part of who I am.
That's a great attitude. Okay, where are you from, Amyy?
I'm from China. I grew up in Shanghai. For people who don't know, Shanghai is one of the biggest cities in China. Actually, one of the biggest cities in the world. It has over 24 million people. Can you imagine? 24 million.
That's more than the entire state of New York.
Yes, exactly. It's enormous. And it's a very modern city. There are tall skyscrapers, beautiful shopping areas, amazing restaurants. But there are also very old neighborhoods, places called Lilong, which are traditional alleyways where old families still live. Shanghai is this mix of old and new, traditional and modern. I love it.
Do you miss it? Because I know you don't live there right now.
I do miss it, yes. I miss the food most of all. Shanghai food is very special. There's this dish called xiaolongbao, which are these little soup dumplings. Oh my goodness. No matter where I travel, I always miss xiaolongbao.
I've had xiaolongbao. They're incredible.
They really are. Okay, please don't make me talk about food anymore. I'm getting hungry.
Fair enough. Okay, next question. What do you do, Amy? What's your job?
I am a graphic designer. My work is about creating visuals, logos, brand identities, website layouts, posters, social media content. Basically, if a company needs something to look beautiful and communicate a message, that's where I come in.
And you're good at it.
I work hard at it. I've been doing graphic design for about 7 years now. I started in university. I studied visual communication design. And after university, I worked for a design agency for a few years. And then I went freelance. So now I work for myself, which has its own challenges, but I love the freedom.
That's really cool. So you're an independent designer.
Yes. My clients are from different countries. China, the US, Singapore, the UK. So actually having good English is very important for my work. I have to write emails, join video calls, present my design ideas in English. That was a big motivation for me to really improve my English.
Oh, that's such a real and practical reason to learn English. Not just for school, not just for tests, but because you actually need it in your everyday life. I think a lot of our listeners can relate to that.
I hope so. Because that's how it should be, right? Language is a tool. You use it for real things.
100%. Okay, Amy, age. How old are you?
Okay. I'm 30 years old. Just turned 30 a few months ago. I had a big party. It was wonderful.
Nice. How does 30 feel?
Honestly, 30 feels calm. When I was in my 20s, I always felt like I was running, like I had to prove something. Always rushing, always worried. But now I feel more like I know who I am. I know what I want. 30 feels good.
That's a really beautiful way to put it. I felt the same way when I turned 30.
Good. So everyone listening, if you are scared about turning 30, don't be. It's actually really nice.
Agreed. Okay, hobbies. What do you like to do, Amy?
So I have 2 main hobbies. The first one is cooking. I love to cook. I cook Chinese food mostly. I learned from my grandmother when I was young. She taught me all these traditional recipes that I still use today. But I also love to experiment. I'll see a dish online or in a cookbook from another country, and I'll try to make it at home. Sometimes it works perfectly, sometimes it's a disaster.
Give us an example of a disaster.
Oh, okay. One time I tried to make French croissants from scratch. You know, the flaky, buttery ones from bakeries? They look so simple. They are not simple. I spent 6 hours on them and they came out flat and hard, like little pieces of bread. I was so disappointed.
Haha, I've heard croissants are one of the hardest things to bake.
Now I know. Now I know I will just buy them from a bakery.
Much wiser. And your second hobby?
Travel. I love to travel. I've been to Japan, South Korea, Thailand, a few places in Europe, and every time I travel, I feel like I understand the world a little better. You see different ways of living, different foods, different ways of thinking. It makes you more open as a person.
Absolutely. And travel is such a great way to use English too, right? Because English is often the common language between people of different nationalities.
Exactly. When I was in Japan, I met a French person and a Brazilian person at a hostel, and we all talked together in English. None of us were native English speakers, but English was our bridge. That moment really stayed with me.
That is exactly why English matters so much in today's world. It's not about being American or British. It's about connection. Okay, let's slow down for a moment. We've been introducing ourselves, and I hope you've been listening carefully, because we used a lot of very important English phrases. Let's go through them together.
Yes, let's teach you now, slowly and clearly.
The first and most important phrase, how do you say your name? You have two options. Number one, my name is Jayz. My name is, and then you say your name. My name is Jayz. Or number two, I'm Jayz. I'm, and your name. I'm Amyy. Both are completely correct. Both are natural.
In casual situations, like meeting someone at a party, people usually say, I'm Amyy, short and friendly. In more formal situations, like a business meeting or a job interview, my name is Amyy sounds a little more professional.
Great point. Same meaning, different level of formality. Good to know.
Next phrase, where are you from? This is what people ask when they want to know your country or city, and you answer with, I'm from, and then the place. I'm from China. I'm from Shanghai. I'm from the United States. I'm from California.
You can also say, I come from, which means exactly the same thing. I come from China. I come from California. Both work perfectly.
And sometimes people ask it a little differently. They might say, where do you come from? Or where are you originally from? The word originally means where were you born? Where did you grow up? So you might hear, I'm originally from Shanghai, but I live in Beijing now.
Nice. That shows you've moved. Very natural way to express that.
Okay, next. What do you do? This question is asking about your job, your occupation, your career, and you answer with, I'm a, and then your job title. I'm a teacher. I'm a designer. I'm a student. I'm a doctor. I'm an engineer.
Be careful with the grammar here. When the job title starts with a vowel, A, E, I, O, U, you use an instead of a. So it's I'm an engineer, not I'm a engineer. I'm an accountant. I'm an artist. With a consonant sound, you use a. I'm a teacher. I'm a doctor.
Very important grammar point. Good one, Jayz.
Thank you. I am a teacher after all.
Okay, what about age? How do you talk about age?
The question is, how old are you? And the answer is simply, I'm 30. I'm 33. Just the number. Or you can say, I'm 30 years old. The phrase years old is optional in conversation. People often leave it out.
And if you don't want to answer, which is completely okay, you can say, I'd rather not say. That's polite. Or you can say, I'm in my 30s. That tells people your general age range without giving the exact number. I'm in my 20s. I'm in my 40s.
Smart tip. And now, hobbies. How do you talk about what you like to do?
There are many ways. Number one, I like, and then the activity. I like hiking. I like cooking. I like reading.
Number two, I love. Same structure, but stronger feeling. I love hiking. I love coffee. If you love something, it's very important to you. It's more than just like.
Number 3, I enjoy. This one is a little softer, a little more relaxed. I enjoy reading in the evenings. I enjoy trying new restaurants. Enjoy sounds sophisticated and calm.
And number 4, this one is important. I'm interested in. I'm interested in photography. I'm interested in learning new languages.
This phrase shows that something captures your attention. You find it fascinating.
So to summarize, like, love, enjoy, interested in. 4 great ways to talk about what you do in your free time.
Practice using all 4. Don't just say I like every time. Mix it up. Sound more natural. Now, let me add something here. When you introduce yourself in English, there's more than just words. There's style. There's the feeling behind the words, and that matters a lot.
What do you mean by style?
I mean, be warm. Be open. When you meet someone, smile. Even if you're on the phone or in a podcast, a smile comes through in your voice. People can feel it. They can hear it.
That's so true. I can always tell when someone is smiling when they're talking. The voice changes. It becomes lighter.
And make eye contact if you're face to face. Eye contact shows confidence. It shows respect. It shows, I see you. I'm listening to you.
In China, direct eye contact in some situations can feel a little intense. But in Western culture, especially in the United States, eye contact is very important for showing honesty and confidence. So it's good to practice.
Also, use the other person's name. This is a small thing, but it makes a big difference. If someone says, my name is Sarah, then a few moments later you can say, so Sarah, where are you from? Using someone's name makes the conversation feel personal. It makes them feel heard.
I love that tip. It's something I noticed about Americans. They use your name a lot in conversation. It feels very warm.
It's a habit, and it's a good one to copy. Using names makes people feel valued.
Okay, I want to teach one more thing. What happens after you introduce yourself? What do you say next?
Great question. This is where a lot of learners get stuck. They say hello, they introduce themselves, and then silence. They don't know what to say next.
So let me teach you something very important. After someone tells you something about themselves, ask a follow-up question. A follow-up question is a question that comes from something they just said.
For example, someone says, I'm from Japan. You can follow up with, oh really? Which city? Or, oh, I've always wanted to visit Japan. What's your favorite thing about it? You take what they said and go deeper.
Another example, someone says, I'm a nurse. You can say, oh wow, that's such an important job. Do you enjoy it? Or, how long have you been a nurse? You keep the conversation moving.
Follow-up questions show that you're interested. They show that you're listening. In English conversation, listening is 50% of the skill, maybe more.
Actually, I think listening is 60%, because when you listen well, you understand the person, and when you understand the person, you know what to say next. It's connected.
Fair point. Okay, 60%. Amyy, let's also talk about small words that show you're listening. In English, when someone is talking, you don't just go silent. You make small sounds or say small words to show that you're following.
Like, uh-huh, right. Oh, really? Wow, I see. That's interesting. These are called back channels, little signals that say, I'm here, I'm listening, please keep talking.
And this is actually something that non-native speakers sometimes forget. In Chinese conversation, silence while listening is normal. But in American English conversation, a little silence can feel awkward, like the other person isn't engaged.
Yes, this is a cultural difference, and knowing it can really help you have better conversations with native English speakers.
So practice saying, oh really? And that's interesting. And wow, I didn't know that. These small phrases make you sound much more natural. All right, let's also do a little sample conversation. Amyy, let's pretend we're meeting for the first time, like strangers. Let's show everyone how a natural English introduction sounds.
Okay, let's do it. I'll start. Excuse me. Hi. I don't think we've met. I'm Amyy.
Oh hey, nice to meet you, Amyy. I'm Jayz.
Jayz. Interesting name. Is that a nickname?
Yeah, it is. My real name is Jason, but everyone calls me Jayz. And Amyy, is that spelled with 2 Y's?
Haha, yes. You're one of the few people who noticed. Most people just assume it's the regular spelling.
Well, it caught my eye. So Amyy, are you from around here?
No, actually. I'm from China, from Shanghai originally, but I've been living abroad for a few years. What about you?
I'm from California, San Diego area.
Oh, nice. I've heard San Diego is beautiful. Is it close to Los Angeles?
Yeah, about 2 hours south of LA. It's a bit smaller and more relaxed than LA. I like it. So what brings you here today?
I'm here for a design conference. I'm a graphic designer, so I try to come to industry events when I can. You?
I'm here for an education summit. I'm a teacher, English actually.
Oh, wow, what a coincidence. I'm always trying to improve my English. Maybe I should take notes from you.
Well, we can definitely talk. It's always fun to meet someone who's passionate about language.
Completely agree. Nice to meet you, Jayz.
Nice to meet you too, Amyy. Okay, pause. Did you hear that? That was a natural introduction. We used all the key phrases. We asked follow-up questions. We showed interest. That's what real English conversation looks like.
And notice, we made a small joke. I said, maybe I should take notes from you, and Jayz responded naturally. Humor makes conversation more relaxed.
Exactly. Don't be so serious all the time. English conversation is supposed to be enjoyable. When you're relaxed, your English actually comes out better.
I want to share something personal here. When I first started speaking English with native speakers, I was very nervous. I was so afraid of making mistakes. I would prepare what I wanted to say in my head, in Chinese first, and then translate it in my mind, and then try to say it. And by the time I was ready to speak, the conversation had already moved on.
Oh, that's such a common experience. I've heard so many students say exactly that.
And one day, a teacher, not Jayz, this was years before, told me, stop translating. Just speak. Use simple words. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be understood. And that changed everything for me.
That is the key. Perfection is the enemy of communication. If you wait until your English is perfect before you start using it, you will wait forever, because language is learned by doing.
So my advice to you, to anyone listening who is nervous, just start. Say one sentence, and then another, and then another. Every sentence you say in English is practice. Every mistake is information.
Well said, Amyy. Mistakes are information. I love that.
It's true. When you make a mistake and someone corrects you, or you notice it yourself, your brain remembers. That mistake actually helps you improve faster than if you never tried at all.
Absolutely. Don't be embarrassed by your accent either. An accent is not a mistake. An accent just means you speak more than one language. That's actually impressive.
Yes, I used to be embarrassed about my Chinese accent when speaking English, but now I think I'm communicating in a second language. That's something to be proud of, not ashamed of.
100%. Anyone who has ever tried to learn a second language knows how hard it is. It takes courage to open your mouth and speak in a language that's not your own. And you are doing that right now, just by listening and engaging with this podcast. Okay, let's do a quick vocabulary recap before we close out. I'll say the word or phrase, and Amyy will use it in an example sentence. Ready?
Ready.
First phrase, my name is.
My name is Amyy. Nice to meet you.
Perfect. Second, I'm from.
I'm from Shanghai, China.
Third, what do you do?
What do you do? I'm a graphic designer.
Good. Fourth, I'm interested in.
I'm interested in photography and travel.
Fifth, how long have you?
How long have you lived here? I've lived here for 3 years.
Sixth, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It's my pleasure.
And one more, if you don't mind me asking.
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
Great. See how natural those sound? Those are your tools. Use them.
And don't just memorize them like a list. Try to use them in real situations, with a friend, a family member, a classmate, even by yourself in the mirror.
Talking to yourself in English sounds strange, but it works. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a real conversation and a practice conversation. It's all practice.
We really hope you enjoyed today's episode. I know it was a long one, but we had a lot to share.
And honestly, I just enjoy talking. Once I start, it's hard to stop. Amyy, is that a problem?
Just a little bit, huh?
Fair enough. But seriously, we want you to feel like you know us, because you're going to be spending a lot of time with us. Every day, new episodes. Every day, new English.
And today's homework, yes, we have homework, is simple. After this episode, find a quiet moment, maybe in your bedroom, maybe on your commute, maybe before you sleep, and introduce yourself in English, out loud. Say your name. Say where you're from. Say your job or what you study. Say 1 or 2 hobbies. That's it. 1 minute. You can do it.
And if you want to go further, write it down. Write a short paragraph about yourself in English. This is called a self-introduction. Practicing writing helps your brain store the vocabulary and grammar much more effectively.
You can also share your self-introduction in the comments. We really do read the comments, I promise. Write your name, where you're from, and one thing you like to do. We'd love to meet you.
Yes, this community is important to us. Jamyy English is not just a podcast. It's a place where people come to grow,
where you're never alone in your learning journey.
And remember, whatever level you're at right now, whether you understand every word we said or only some of it, you are in the right place. We will grow together.
Tomorrow, episode 2. Amyy mentioned it earlier, and I'm going to give you more detail. Tomorrow, we're talking about morning routines.
Yes, morning routines.
We'll share what our typical mornings look like. And let me just say, Amyy and I have very, very different mornings.
Very different, like completely opposite.
It's actually kind of funny. You're going to enjoy it. And you'll learn tons of vocabulary about daily routines, time expressions, and how to describe your everyday life in natural English.
So set your alarm, get your coffee or tea if you prefer, and tune in tomorrow.
Thank you so much for being here today. Truly. We built Jamyy English because we believe that learning English should feel good, it should feel real, and it should bring people together.
Thank you for choosing us. We won't let you down.
Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this with a friend who wants to improve their English. The more, the merrier.
New episodes every day at 6 p.m. Beijing Time.
Let's learn, speak, and grow together. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Oh, and one more thing before we go. I realized we never told you, how did Jamyy English actually start? Like, how did this whole thing happen?
Oh, that's a good story.
It really is. So Amyy and I actually met at an online event, a virtual language and education conference. This was about a year ago.
Yes, we were both on a panel discussion about modern language learning, and we just clicked. We had the same ideas, the same frustrations about how English is usually taught.
Because both of us, in different ways, had seen the same problem. English learning is often too formal, too focused on textbooks and tests, not enough real conversation, not enough listening to natural speech.
And I had personally experienced that gap. My English from school was okay. I could read, I could write, but speaking, having a real conversation, that was hard because school never gave me that.
So after the conference, we kept talking. We exchanged contact information, we had long calls about what an ideal English learning program would look like, and slowly, the idea of Jamyy English was born.
The name Jamyy, can you guess where it comes from?
Go ahead, tell them.
It's a combination of our names, Jayz and Amyy. Ja from Jayz, My from Amyy. Jamyy. It just fit perfectly.
And we chose the podcast format because we wanted people to be able to learn anywhere, on the bus, at the gym, while cooking dinner. Audio fits into your life. You don't need to sit at a desk. You just listen and absorb.
Exactly. So that's how we got here. Two people who care deeply about English education, who believe in real communication over rote memorization, who want to make you feel welcome and capable and excited to learn.
That's us. That's Jamyy English, and we are so glad you found us.